I was 13 years old. My friends would make fun of me if I didn't have a drink. I just gave in because it was easier to join the crowd. I became really unhappy and just drank to escape my life. I went out less and less, so I started losing friends. The more lonely I got, the more I drank. I was violent and out of control. I never knew what I was going to do, then I was ripping my family apart. By the age of 16, I was kicked out of my house, I was homeless, and started begging for money to buy drinks. After years of alcohol abuse, doctors told me I was doing harm to my health, and I was only 16, but my liver was badly damaged, and I was close to killing myself from everything I was drinking. Since the legal drinking age was changed to 21, the statistics of alcohol abuse has decreased. The law of adults buying alcohol for minors should include more strict and harm punishment. This would further decrease the amount of adults buying for minors. Alcohol is a drug chose for teens. About 30% of 8th graders have tried alcohol. About half of all 10th graders drink. 1 in 6 teens binge drink, and only in 100 parents believe his or her child binge drinks. A teen alcohol uses kills about 4,700 people each year, more than all other drugs combined. Underage drinking isn't just illegal, it's dangerous whether teens are experimenting with beer, wine, or other liquor. Alcohol presents a serious and potential death threat. Underage drinking can result in teens dying in car crashes, getting pregnant, flunking school, being sexually abused, becoming an alcoholic later on in life, and taking their life through suicide. There is no single answer to underage drinking. Alcoholism is a well-documented pathological reaction to unsolved grief, said by David Cook. Underage drinking has been a problem around the world for many years. Alcohol abuse has been an even bigger problem. When 18 was a minimum legal drinking age to buy alcohol, alcohol abuse was a major problem. Changing the minimum legal age to 21 also decreased the risk of alcohol abuse. The question is, how do the minors get the alcohol? For minors to get alcohol, they would have to ask someone over 21 to buy for them, or steal it from their parents, or anyone they know. With being that case, the judicial system needs to be more strict on people who are buying alcohol, and the punishment for buying for minors needs to be more harsh. Example, allowing an underage person to be home where alcohol is and not restricting access to it, placing an alcoholic beverage near an underage person with intent to allow that person to drink, and buying alcohol and placing in an underage person's vehicle, all these qualify as supplying for minors. An over 21 individual doesn't have to be specifically hand over the alcohol or give it directly to the underage person to be convicted as supplying alcohol to minor. Being punished for supplying to a minor can result in many consequences. The typical punishment involves being charged with misdemeanor offense. However, this crime may be considered a felony depending on the circumstance of the case in which the state which it occurs in. 5 other penalties violators can face include citation or arrested, a fine of $1,000 or more, being sent to jail for up to 6 months, being required to do up to 32 hours of community service, and being billed for law enforcement services. When getting caught for supplying alcohol to minors, the penalties should be worse, such as getting your license taken for having to go to jail for 6 months or more, depending on the age of a minor and how much alcohol was bought for them. Parents also play a big role in their children's lives. When it comes to drinking underage, parents should have to have a talk with their kids. However, that does not mean it will stop them from completely doing it, but it can help them know about drinking and if they choose to drink while underage. When telling their kids about the risk factors, parents need to make sure they are serious about it. Parents are usually a big role model in every kid's life. If you happen to see your parents and their friends all drinking together, that might make you want to try an alcoholic beverage. Most households have a full access to alcohol, and parents might not think about it, but their kids could be taking their stuff or stealing it. Underage kids are taking it, they don't realize how much trouble their parents could get into for that. The age 21 minimum legal drinking age saves lives and improves health. States that increased the legal drinking age to 21 saw a 16% median decline in motor vehicle crashes. After all, states adopted an age 21 minimum drinking age drinking during the previous month among 18 to 20-year-olds declined from 59% in 1985 to 40% in 1991. Drinking among people aged 21 to 25 also declined significantly. The states adopted the age 21 minimum legal drinking age from 70% in 1985 to 56% in 1991. Students in states that had minimum legal drinking age of 18 had 13 times greater chance of dropping out of high school compared to states within minimum legal drinking age of 21. There is also evidence that a 21-year-old minimum legal drinking age protects drinkers from alcohol and other drug dependency, adverse birth defects, and suicide and homicide. In 2011, 5% of adolescents ages 12 to 17 reported needing but not receiving treatment for substance abuse. In the state of Iowa, 37% of high school seniors reported consuming at least one drink in the past 30 days, and 23% have consumed 5 or more drinks within the last 30 days. Overall, underage drinking remains a problem. Though not as much as it used to, alcohol abuse has definitely decreased since the minimum drinking age increased to 21. With underage drinking still a problem in today's world, maybe some parents need to talk to their children about it more, or even at an earlier age. There also needs to be an end to people 21 and older buying/supplying for minors, making consequences more harsh and strict would help control that.